Hi, and welcome to WNL Network Training Academy's podcast. We are so excited to be with you today. Today in the studio, we have Justin and JP. They are sound operators, and they are going to be introducing us to our new sound operator course. Justin and JP, welcome.
Welcome, Caryn. Thank you.
Hello there.
Okay, so we're going to jump straight into it. How long have you guys been in the sound operator industry?
Yeah, so I've been in the industry for a decade.
Wow.
I was like a little involved before that, but professionally full time, like for an entire 10 years now.
Wow. And you, Justin?
So I've been in the professional industry for about 5 years now.
5 years.
But yeah, it's
And how
been a
have you
ride.
guys been finding it? Exciting?
Exciting, stressful, very fun. You get your highs and your lows, but throughout everything it's just fun most of the time, yeah.
Okay, that's good. And tell me about your favorite part of being a sound operator or your favorite gig.
So my
Most
favorite
exciting.
part about being a sound operator is just when everything comes together.
Yeah.
When you're and I've spoken to JP about this as well in the past, is you have these creative people that just come together and everyone's working towards one goal.
Yeah.
And that's just making magic, and it's making everything work together and not seamlessly, not flawlessly, but it works. My favorite gig I work in live in film as well. So for live, it would probably be I mixed a Danish punk band the one evening, and
Yeah.
it was chaos. It
Really?
was it was just chaos. And
A Danish punk
a,
band.
a Danish punk band. I understood nothing, but it was fun. For film on location, we were in the Northern Cape and we did a documentary about a guy who collects reptiles
Wow,
and
that's
snakes, and he
amazing.
catches them. We lost a Cape Cobra in my car the one day.
No, don't joke.
Yeah. And yeah, I became a snake handler and wrangler at some point as well.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I think for post production, which is more the mixing side, it would
Mm-hmm.
be I did a Nigerian feature film called
Oh,
Agamo. And yeah, the sound design for that was just insane. JP was there with me. We were doing, what would this dream sequence
mm-hmm.
sound like, and
Yeah.
so forth. So yeah, it was a lot of fun times, a lot of different types of projects that you get to work on as well, which
Okay,
is
so you did live and post production. So post
yeah.
production is what you do afterwards, after
Yeah.
everything has been set up.
After the film's
Okay.
been recorded, after everything's done, we then go into post production where we make sure the levels are right, where we make sure that, all the sounds that need to be there are there, all that kind of stuff, yeah.
Okay, perfect. And you, JP, what was your favorite gig?
Yeah, so for me, I've got a ton of experience in live. Like a lot of my 10 years has been live. So I've probably got two favorites. One would be our big bread and wine theatrical play that we did here. It was absolutely amazing. A lot of design, a lot of rehearsal into
Yeah.
that. And then also when Bethel was in South Africa the first time,
Bethel.
yeah,
Wow, that's
yeah, we had the
amazing.
opportunity to host them. I worked with the audio team. I was effectively systems engineer, so discussing with all those guys. And yeah, that gig was amazing. Really nice to work with really good musicians.
Yeah, and I guess it's
Yeah.
pretty cool to meet these actors and musicians. That must be really nice. Yeah. So tell me, what are the primary responsibilities of a sound operator when you do your live gigs? What are you responsible for?
Yeah, so like I'll use Bethel as an example. So our responsibilities there was we had to make sure the stage is set up, make sure that everything is set up on the stage, that the equipment is set up, that everything's working, making sure the stage is set up in a safe manner so that nobody can trip or like there's no electrical hazards. Like we have to be aware of all of those things. But also on top of that, live mixing, like ensuring that we stay within safety standards there. I mean, there's safety standards for how loud events should be. And it's actually been better. When I started, there wasn't any. There's now standards, and you'll learn about all those standards in the course. So, and then like I've done some recording as well. I've been a recording engineer and mixing engineer on a few albums. And they like we are super worried about like bringing the producer's vision into the album and making sure they get what they need. And to an extent with the live events, it's the same idea. You usually have either event organizer or for the band, the vision of the band leader. And it's your job as the engineer to make sure what they want coming from the stage actually gets to the people's ears.
Yeah, absolutely. And tell me, is this career path, is it a lucrative industry? Is it a lucrative career?
So it's a freelance industry, that first and foremost. So first of all, networking is very important.
Yeah.
As speaking for whether or not it's lucrative, it depends on the person. You need that ambition, you need that drive
Yeah.
to go out to speak to people. Social media, hit people up in their DMs and just say, hey, if you have a project, I'd love to work on it.
Oh, that's
Most
great.
of my jobs have come from that, and just constantly harassing people.
Yeah, and putting yourself out there,
Yeah,
marketing
definitely.
yourself.
Going
Absolutely.
to an event that's not even in your field. I was at a Sony Alpha camera event, and I met a director there, and we've done some projects together. So
That's
yeah,
amazing.
it's definitely a case of you really need to go and get that. You need to go and get the jobs.
Yeah.
If you're gonna think that the industry is gonna coming to you, that is never gonna happen.
Yeah.
I actually a good quote that I've heard is, if they won't give you a seat at the table, just go fetch your own chair and just
Oh,
sit at the table.
absolutely.
So
Make your
yeah,
own opportunities.
exactly, yeah.
Definitely. And I feel also that you need to make sure that you make a good impression on people. And when you there, be professional so that you can get referrals
Yeah,
from those
definitely,
jobs.
definitely. I mean, you can get referrals from anyone on the crew. I mean, a film crew is about 140 people, and if you really, don't make good connections with those people, if you don't include them and talk to them, you might just not get a referral from anyone, and your career just stagnates.
Okay. So it depends on person to person and
Yeah,
also depends on how badly you want this.
yeah, exactly.
Can be
Yeah,
really a lucrative career, or if you just like wait for the jobs to come, it's not going to be.
definitely. Yeah,
Okay, I think that's something that we can learn in every aspect of life. Just really
yeah.
be a go getter and go for it. Okay, and then what specific skills and knowledge will we be learning in this course?
So definitely we'll be learning the fundamentals of sound and audio theory. We'll be learning, you know, how do we record audio effectively, and how do we get that to the finished product. As JP mentioned, we'll be learning a lot of about audio standards. We'll be learning for broadcast, for TV, what levels do we mix at? How do we mix at? For YouTube, what do we mix at? For live sound, what levels do we need to get? JP, do you want to go into the practical aspects of what we'll be learning as well?
Yeah, so we'll also be touching a little bit on business. Like there's an entire module on business and entrepreneurship, and like we'll be touching on networking in there as well, because as you heard, it is very important in our
Yes.
industry. So we'll also be touching on some practical topics. There will be equipment repair and maintenance. You can imagine, as Justin was saying, his event out in the Karoo. Like if something breaks there, you are days away from anything useful.
Yes,
You
you need
can't
to know
wait.
how to
You
fix
need to be able
it.
to fix it on site. And there'll be some practical knowledge working on that. And then I think the final big practical modules, it's so exciting. Like you'd either be doing a full album recording or a full live event, like in front of 3,000 people.
Wow.
So really exciting to
Yeah,
see that course finalized and to see you guys doing your best in that.
absolutely. And I'm so excited, to launch this. So, and what career opportunities are available to somebody who is going to be getting this qualification? At the end, what can they do?
Yeah, so in this qualification, like effectively, if it's got to do with sound, you can do it. Like, as I said, I'm big in the live industry, and even the live industry is big. Like, you've got live theater, you've got live music events, you've got conferences, like corporate events. Uh, Justin, as you said, he's big in film, post production. Like, you've got music recording as well.
Yeah.
So it's like recording albums. Like, you will learn a little bit about production, but you will learn a ton about production in the industry as you speak to musicians, as you speak to producers, as you work with them, and you'll become really good at producing music eventually. And and that's actually what I specialized in and haven't done in quite a while now, but like did quite a bit is broadcast for radio.
Wow. That's
So
amazing. I would be interested in that. This is what
yeah,
I do. Yeah.
yeah. So work on broadcast for radio, like learning about like all of the weird things you need to do to get things to sound good coming out of the radio.
Oh, that's amazing. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. I mean, I learned a lot, and I hope that you all learned a lot as well. If you would like to join this course, if you would like to enroll, or if you would like more information, our link will be in the description box below. So our website is www.wnlacademy.com. And remember, if you have any questions, please put it in the comments below, and we will definitely answer them. Have an amazing week, and we will see you again soon.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.